Today we're going to talk about part 2 of lesson 3.5, and we're going to be solving two-step equations with rational numbers. So remember that you always want to start on the side with the variable. So on the side with the variable, we're adding 5/8. Well, the opposite of adding 5/8 is to subtract 5/8. Now, since these are both eighths, we don't have to find a common denominator because there already is one. But we would need to snowball this number. So 1 times 8 is 8, plus 3 is 11. So we have negative 11/8. So W over 6 equals, they have the same sign, so we have to add them. 5 and 11 is 16. So we have negative 16/8. Now, we can reduce this. Negative 16 divided by 8 is negative 2. So W over 6 is equal to negative 2. W is being divided by 6 because remember that fraction bar means to divide, and the opposite of that is to multiply. So we're going to multiply by 6 using parentheses on the outside. When we multiply and divide by 6, this cancels, and we're left with W equals negative times a positive is a negative, and 2 times 6 is 12. So our answer to the first problem is W equals negative 12. Now let's take a look at the next one. Negative 3x minus 4.6 equals 5.9. The opposite of subtracting 4.6 is to add 4.6. So I want you to go ahead and give this one a try and then come back when you're ready. All right, so as we said, we're going to add 4.6 to both sides. When we do this, we need to make sure that we're lining up those decimal points. So the same sign, so we have to add 9 and 6 is 15, carry a 1. 1 and 5 is 6, and 4 is 10. We bring that decimal point down. So we have negative 3x equals 10.5. Negative 3 and x are being multiplied, so the opposite is to divide. So we need to divide by the number in front of the variable or the coefficient. Negative 3x divided by negative 3 will leave us with x. Positive divided by a negative gives us a negative, and we need to divide 10.5 by 3. We know that 3 can't go into 1, but it can go into 10 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9. We have 1 left over. 3 can go into 15 5 times, and we bring the decimal straight up. So x is equal to negative 3.5. Now, let's go ahead and look at a few more. So in this one here, we have 4.5 plus p equals negative 5 3/4. Go ahead and take a try at this one and come back when you're ready to talk about it. There are multiple first steps that you could do to solve this problem. So for me, I'm going to snowball first. So 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. So 9 halves plus p equals negative 5 times 4 is 20 plus 3 is 23/4. Now I have to have common denominators. So 2 and 4 are not common, but I can make them both into fourths. So 9 over 2 is like 18 over 4. Since this number is in front, we have to think about what kind of sign it has. So this is a positive, so it has a plus sign. So the opposite of positive 18/4 is to subtract 18/4. This will cancel and we're left with p. Same sign, so we add and keep the sign. 23 and 18 is 41 over 4. Now we need to reduce that. So we can take the top number and put it inside the house. 4 goes into 4 one time. 4 goes into 1 0 times. And we have 1 left over. So 10 and 1/4. And we know it's going to be a negative. So P is equal to negative 10 and 1/4. Now the same thing over here on the right-hand side. Go ahead and give this one a try. If you said you needed to start by subtracting 3.7, you are correct. So negative 2W equals, again, we have the same sign, so we keep it. 5 and 7 is 2. Carry a 1. 1 and 3 is 4. We had to add and keep that sign. Negative 2 is being multiplied by W, so we divide by negative 2. So W is equal to negative divided by a negative is a positive. 2 can go into 4 2 times. 2 can go into 2 1 time. And we bring the decimal point straight up. So W is equal to 2.1. All right, last one for today. 2/5 plus 4A equals negative 6/5. So we can start here. This is a positive 2/5, and the opposite is to subtract, or a negative 2/5. These have the same denominator, so we don't have to find a common. So 4/8 equals same sign, so we add 6 and 2 is 8. Keep the denominator of the 5 and keep the sign, so negative 5/8. Now, 4 and A are being multiplied by each other, so we would need to divide, but we can't divide a fraction by a number. So instead of dividing, we can multiply by the reciprocal. Well, what's the reciprocal of 4? Well, this is like 4 over 1. So the reciprocal is 1/4. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 1/4. We're left with A on the left-hand side. Negative times a positive is a negative. We can cross cancel the 8 and the 4. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 5 times 1 is 5. So A is equal to negative 2/5 for this last one.